Hello, Combat here, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. It's that time of the week again, where we're going to be looking at 10 meta decks of the week, and we're going to be talking about the new Series 5 card, which is Corvus Glaive, which, you know, I've got some positive and some negative things to say about the card, but we'll talk about that after we look at the decks. As always, some of these are meta decks, as you'll see by the first deck on the board, and some of them are just fun decks, right? They're all decent decks. They're all decks that if you played enough of them, you'd get to Infinite, but I say that. You can get to Infinite with any decks. So let's just quickly show you the deck. So, no surprise here. Probably one of the best decks in the game right now. Hela, and this is a Hela Thanos one, so you get your Lockjaw, your Kyero to protect yourself. You got Corvus Glaive in here, so you can discard some of this. So this is like, instead of like big Hela, like you'll see the next one, this is like more Thanos-y, but you've got Corvus and Hela in here because you don't mind getting the 1 extra energy, and you've got stones that you can hit, right? You don't mind hitting the stones. The stones are pretty much Lockjaw fodder. But if you can put Corvus in there, or, I don't know, whatever, another stone or a Shang-Chi or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Hela in there, of course. Anyways, that's enough on that deck. Then we've got the standard Hela version, right? Pretty much the same as the last one. You're looking to discard stuff and you use Lockjaw. Who are doggos gonna get nerfed? Lockjaw's gonna feel the wrath of this Hela meta. Who are Lockjaw, man? Next up, we just have a standard discard card deck. Kind of like this. I fully feel like this is kind of a deck that Proxima's coming in next week. Like, you probably put Proxima in over like maybe the Dakin or the Doom. Probably the Doom, right? Like, the Doom's in here for the Wong combo. It's definitely the weakest card. You could have taken this out for Lady Sif, right? Because then you're hitting the Helicarrier with that. But it's also, she's only got one target, right? So she can be a bit of a dead card, where Doom, just a decent turn 6 play, right? Especially if you've got Wong down, right? You know, it gives you a little extra. Next up, we've got the Serad Tribunal deck. I'm glad that this deck found another home outside of Hela, because quite frankly, we've all seen enough Hela for a lifetime, right? I pretty much, I get the feeling I speak for most people right now that we'd be happy if Hela wasn't there again for the rest of the year, at least. You know, like, I don't want to hate on a meta. It's just so boring. Like, I like metas where you interact with each other more, right? Where you're playing your tech card, you're trying to disrupt them. Where Hela's they just do what they want. And if you don't have a Cosmo, or even a Cosmo's hard to hit, right? Like, there is ways, like, you get your Cosmo, you got your Nihilus, you got Professor X type stuff maybe, but it's also like extremely hard. All they gotta do is just discard a few cards. Yeah. Next up, we have Junk. Sorry, Junk Darkhawk. Very good deck, still solid in the meta. Yeah, it's just, I just love Darkhawk decks. It's kind of hard not to put Darkhawk in. While it stays a pretty decent deck, right? It can offer a lot of stuff. This is more like the junky version, so you can stand a bit of a chance against Lockjaw stuff. You can clog a Lockjaw lane, right, and just be annoyed. Next up, we have the 4 Darkhawk list. So this is, instead of the junk package in here, you've got the 4 list, which is 4 Beta Ray and Jane with Odin, so that you can just kind of be that guy, right? Like, you've got a decent 3 that scales. You've got a 4 that's 2 4s that scale. Zabu to make everything cheaper. Pretty decent deck. Odin can be a surprise turn, right? Like, you could have Odin hit a Rock Slide and a Hammer, or maybe Korg Rock Slide Hammer, right? And then that's adding a lot to Darkhawk. Darkhawk's out, and then it's buffing up one of like Beta Ray or 4. Gives you plenty of options. Where was I? Oh yeah, G-Man. G-Man, I just put a video out of this yesterday. Junk G-Man. Just some interesting play decks in here, interesting cards in here. It's interesting that I did see a Corvus Glaive RAM version. I actually lost to it while I was recording that video. It was very interesting because I was like, what's going on with the Corvus? And then he dropped a G-Man on me on turn 5. I was like, all right. That's what he was doing. Next up, we have Destroy. Kind of hard not to do a meta video about putting Destroy in there, but I'm not going to talk much about Destroy. We've all seen it. We all know what it does. We're all sick of it. Yeah. We move on. And next up, we have a bounce list. This is kind of a tech-type bounce list. It's got 4 ones with Beast and Falcon to pick them back up, right? You got Werewolf to bounce around. You got the junk package in Annihilus, Hood, Sentry. Then you've got your tech cards in Shang-Chi and Enchantress. Zabu to make things cheaper. Offers a lot. Like, I've seen someone saying that bounce needs to come back, and I kind of agree. I just don't want I don't want a full-on bounce meta, but bounce does need a buff. Hopefully the Elsa buff that we've been hearing about for what, a month or two now helps a lot. I feel like just reverting Elsa back right now would do enough, where she like buffed up cards in any lane that was full. It would just add so much right now. It's just like a little power creep, but we'll see what they do when they change it. I feel like if it was the Elsa change, just reverting it back to playing all lanes, we would have already got it, right? Unless there's a bug with it. So I guess it's something else, but we'll see. And the last deck in here is just a lockdown deck. Pretty straightforward lockdown deck. I do want to play. I'll probably do a video on this Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Because I do want to play some lockdown again. It's been a while since I've done lockdown. I got burnt out on lockdown, as most people probably did during the lockdown meta. It kind of got a little tedious, so I'll probably play some Lockjaw again at some point. Anyways, that's it for the decks. Let's look at Corvus and talk about Corvus a sec. So, the new card, 3/5. Discard 2 cards from your hand to gain 1 marked energy. Okay, a lot of people wrote this card off before it came out, and early suggestions is it was better than a lot of people thought. I had high hopes for it, but at the same time, as well as it performing quite well right now, it is also performing well in top meta decks, right? That's the thing, it fits well into a Thanos and a Hela deck, which are already meta. Whether it's better with this card or not, who knows? It's probably very close. But the fact it could slide in to the best decks and potentially make them better is actually huge for the card, right? Because that's just it's just showing it's got something there. It might not stay meta, I don't expect it to. And then this is without his partner in crime next week, his wife or whatever she is, I don't even know. Proxima. Like, when Proxima comes, I feel like, hopefully with Proxima and a nerf to Hela next week, hopefully, or Thanos nerf, whatever, it opens up a bit more mid-range, and then you can probably play like a good card stuff in here. Like, imagine Corvus and Proxima in a deck with Moon Girl to double Proxima, and then let's just say you have Dakin in there, right? You Moon Girl, the Dakin Blades, Proxima into, and let's say, I don't know, let's say a werewolf or a Wolverine or something like that, right? And then you Modok that the last turn, you'll be doubling up your Dakins, you'll be getting a big prop, you get 2 free Proximas. There's definitely something there. Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I will catch you tomorrow for another deck video. Peace!